Hey everybody, this is Greg from Poleshift Alert. I want to start this video by saying expressly that I do not know when the Poleshift is going to be. That is the jigsaw puzzle we are trying to find. The last video I made a couple errors in, but I didn't want to redo the video because frankly, I don't care. I'm trying to figure out the true dates of a lot of things, and I have no real way to actually do this other than to try to piece together the past of historical documents that I can gather that are correct. Now, clearly, there's not much correct news. So if there's not much correct news in today's day and age, then how much correct history is there? Probably not a lot. So we're going to try to unravel some of the lies that we've been taught and go through what we know to be historical documented evidence as per what we've been told to this point. So I am on record as stating I do not know when the pole shift is going to be. According to what the beliefs are, that if you calculate the timeline and add in the 1,000 years, maybe a fake history, that the pole shift should be around 2045 or 2046. I don't believe that. I believe that the pole shift is imminent. I believe that the pole shift time could be any time. Now, behind you are the corrections of what I need to tell you about from the last video, and I'm going to step out of the way. Okay, so according to records, these are when Noah's flood happened. According to this, Jerusalem falls and the first temple is destroyed in 586. The Tatarian floods happened around 561. Nibiru's passage and the pole shift is believed to have happened around 556. Also in 556 is the last Babylonian king. In 539 then, Babylon would have been in disarray and was conquered. And then in 535, the sun went out for 2 years, probably as this thing was exiting. And then they're saying that sometime between 535 and 516, the temple was rebuilt. And around 515, the temple was complete. And between 476 to 1492 is a lot of missing history and missing cities. Now, I'm going to read that again. So, supposedly in 2348 was Noah's flood. And then in 586, the first temple was destroyed and Jerusalem falls. Well, how could Noah's flood then be the pole shift if, according to my records, Nibiru's passage was in 556, if it's on a 3,500 year orbit? 3,657 year orbit. So these numbers don't align. So nor would they align for the pole shift being in 2045. It would be in 3045. Unless, of course, we're missing 1,000 years. So here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to piece together a bunch of lies, but there's very serious evidence lending to the credibility that 556 BC was the last passage of Nibiru and the last pole shift. Now, if you add in the 1,000 years of fake history, that means that around 2045 to 2046, it would return. Now, I'll have to figure that out a little closer as I go. I don't believe that the pole shift is 2045. I believe that it's between now and 2045. There's a video of a man running around in 2027, and there's nobody on Earth but him. And a lot of these videos could be passed off as AI and such, except for there's one little thing about this that bothers me. He goes into the White House And then he goes into Area 51 and he picks up the head of an alien that I have seen on other videos leaked from Area 51, not that video. So the very same alien is in a time traveler's video and some video leaked from Area 51. How would this man get a hold of that technology to remake this alien in its entirety and be holding its head up and moving it around and showing you that he's in Area 51 and sitting there with the body of this alien that I've seen from leaked Area 51 footage? So the thing is, they say that UFOs also, you will travel through time. So that's the reason they don't want this technology out there, because you are able to actually travel through time with these devices. And yes, the United States owns 3 of them. The Tic Tac video, the one that's the triangle, and the little round ones, those are some of ours. But the round one that you found, that was found, the Boogosphere, that is an actual entity, an actual being, a light being. They are able to manifest objects around them to create solid form out of the objects that are in space. Ether, dirt, fire, air, the elements. They're able to surround themselves with physical form, even though they are complete light beings. The Boogosphere is not alien tech. It is an actual alien life form. Just so you know. Here is a graphic showing all the pole reversals on Earth. The black shows normal polarity, and the white shows the poles when they're flipped. Well, if I just got that off of Wikipedia, then why can't we know when all of these former pole shifts were? According to Wikipedia, there have been 183 pole shifts in the last 83 million years. If there's been 183 million pole shifts in the last 83 million years, that averages out to 1 pole shift every 4,500 years. Now, I want to speak on something regarding this. If there's been 183 different pole shifts on Earth, there's probably been more than 7 civilizations on Earth that we've been told. Now, regardless of whatever that is and that information maybe I really don't care so much about, is what I'm trying to find out is the former positions of these North Poles, where they were on Earth. Where was the North Pole when it was here? Was it in Canada? Was it in Australia? Was it in Africa? When was this pole shift? I want to know the dates of this pole shift. I want to know why this one was skipped. And I can tell you the reason why some of these are bigger and some of them are smaller. Because our sun acts as a shield to shield the effects of this planet as it goes by. So if this planet goes by and we're on the opposite side, we're shielded from a pole shift because we're on the opposite side of our sun. And it's our shield. That's where the terminology in the Bible comes from. This cool graphic shows fluctuations in temperature over the last 500 million years of Earth. So we can go back 200 million years as far as pole shift and 500 million years as far as temperature and understand what was going on, which would all correlate to the poles of Earth. Here's a video that says 12,000 years ago there was a flood and most of the water dispensed in one day. 27 minutes, pole shift. There's another picture of the U.S. showing that we were, indeed, an ocean in the middle of the U.S. It may not be too long before we start to see volcanic explosions, all kinds of cataclysms as a result of this pole shift that is occurring as we speak. Why would someone put this out? They tell you everything in plain sight. You need to stock up and you need to prepare. We don't know when the next pole shift is exactly, but we do know one is coming. We do know they're hiding it and that the pole is racing up to 37 miles a year, if that's even the truth anymore. Stock up. Get ready for trouble. Trust no one, especially the news. we'll keep putting out info.